here we are with the ACInfinity Advanced Grow System Complete Indoor Plant Kit provided to us by our friends at MoGrow. And I was obsessing from the jump on how well this thing was packaged, designed, outlined. You can see every single thing is labeled and numbered according to the setup. Now, I'm not a big instructions user, but this did make it incredibly easy. And this is everything from the clip-on fans to the grow light system, the IONGRID series grow light system, the CLOUDLINE series inline fans, and the 69 Pro controller from their patented UIS ecosystem. ACInfinity really gets you set up about 90% of the way, almost everything you need to grow outside of your watering and nutrients and any of those particulars, and of course soil, seeds, and so on. We did have to get an additional ACInfinity humidifier to tap into the system. I wanted to use that smart humidifier. It did not come with the kit, but I'm happy we got it. So as you can see, we run our inline fan outside of the tent. We just blow right out of it. Makes for a lot more room in the tent. Obviously, windows and doors are two different things. I wouldn't recommend trying to step out of a window at any time. In fact, you might want to just keep it shut. We're going to be growing autoflower here, and I use primarily for all of my autoflowers a high CocoCoir soil medium that we add just a little bit of pumice, which doesn't float like perlite, so I love using it, a little bit of worm castings, and a little bit of Fox Farm Ocean Forest, just to give it a little bit of nutrients and some consistency. Outside of that, it's almost all cocoa. I love that they even gave us the 5-gallon bags. So once we get those 5 gallons full, they're really primed and ready to just take on these autoflowers. And when we grow with the autoflowers, it's really important. Not only do they have a lot of room for the seeds, but we don't like to transplant because honestly, any kind of damage they take in the early days, it's very hard for them to recover from, since it's only going to be about a 3-month grow setup here. We want to give them every bit of chance they have to just grow and flourish. Once we take these bags, we just lay them right in. Now, what's really important when we think about seeds is that they don't get too many nutrients early on. All we basically give them is un-pH water right from the tap, mixed with a little bit of this Clonex nutrient solution for seedlings and for transplants. I love it for the seedlings. It gives them necessary things they need to grow. On top of that, we're gonna grow some great seeds here, some of Humboldt Seeds, Chocolate Mint OG, and then we've got some Mephisto Genetics Sam Squatch OG, another great plant. And since we had some room, doing a little bit from Devil's Own Underground Grow, one of our crosses here, our own strain, the AR-15, which is a cross of AK-47 and Critical Mass. I believe those genetics originally came from ILGM. We did find out that we had a little bit of a mold gnat problem when we got started. I don't know if they got into one of the bags of soil or whatever. Those are really easy to take care of with just a little bit of diatomaceous earth. And once that's in, we just dropped our root riots and got those seeds into place. So when we just give them a nice little rinsing here when they're done, and then I like to use anything recycled if you can. We ran out of plastic bottles halfway through, so I had to cut some holes in some lids of some plastic cups. But essentially just keeping that moisture in when those seeds are starting their early days so they can stay nice and juicy. You know, they don't have a root system at that point, so you just gotta make sure that the humidity stays at about 50%. And those cups, they really help them come along. Now that we've got everything set and ready, we're gonna go ahead and start messing with this control panel and this badass app that ACInfinity has provided. What I really like about it is they keep it very simple. There's not a bunch of buttons and doodads. Once you identify the type of controller you're working with, I think we're working here with the 69 Pro. You can just connect to it right through the Wi-Fi. I think you can also, there's a couple of different ways to connect to it, but the Wi-Fi Direct is so easy to use. Once it's connected, you can really check in on it anywhere you are. If you do it over Bluetooth, you're only gonna be able to check it when you're in the room. Now, you can do everything from the control panel as far as settings are concerned, but using the app was just so easy and so glorious. And what it was able to do is just allow me to set the exact humidity, the exact temperature that I wanted the tent to be at. And by maintaining that almost perfectly over the first couple of days, we immediately saw seedlings pop, which was remarkable that day 2 that almost all of them had popped. And so this is really a testament to the ACInfinity because you could see the cotyledons are nice and robust. Everything is standing, firm. These seeds are 3 different strains and they all popped fairly in unison. There's a couple small ones in the back, but beyond that, we're looking, pretty promising here. And the entire time, the tent did all the work. I mean, we really just had to set it and forget it, like a Ronco. It was remarkable. And every time I looked at the app, it was right where I actually at points thought it might have been broken, because I'm like, there's no way it's still at 70 and 51% or wherever it was at the time. But the reality is the tent is that good, and it added the airflow that was needed and everything else because of the conditioning between the inline and the fans. It's just a perfect ecosystem to get these bad boys popped and these little girls ready to go.